Kansas Republican Senator and ranking member of the Senate Veterans Affairs Committee, Jerry Moran, joins us. Senator, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
How alarmed are you by what we've seen in Afghanistan this week?
It's terribly alarming, and it's brought home today by this somber ceremony at Dover, this powerful moment in which we pay our respects to those who served, in this case, those who served trying to save the lives and allow people to escape to freedom from Afghanistan. But what we've seen in Afghanistan to date and what we expect to occur in the future is nothing but tremendous challenges, difficulties, and the potential of more deaths and more destruction. It highlights with these efforts by ISIS to do the suicide bombing how little capabilities the Taliban has in securing the airport, in helping provide some calm and peace. The suggestion that by our government that we can deal with the Taliban to our advantage. They are an adversary and an enemy, and they are the ones who allowed the terrorists to be in Afghanistan in the first place that resulted in 9/11. So we're reminded today about how important it is for the right kind of preparation to occur. What we do in our departure from Afghanistan is a matter of life and death, and we see it today at Dover, and we express our care, our concern for those family members who've lost loved ones, the Marine and the Navy man. It is a somber yet powerful moment to be reminded that we have a responsibility to these young men, 20-year-olds, to make certain what's happening there is different than what's happened to date.
Yeah, young men and women, as a matter of fact. Some of your colleagues are calling for senior leaders to resign or to be fired for the way this drawdown was handled. Is it time for some senior officials to lose their jobs?
Well, that absolutely may be the case. What I've asked for is Senator Schumer, the majority leader. This request occurred days ago. Bring the Senate back to work. Let us have our hearings. Let us put administration officials under oath. Let's hear what the planning was and what it was not. And then the decisions about personnel and their failures to prepare can be better addressed. We need to have the information. The Senate ought to be at work, both to find out what has gone wrong, but of equal importance is to find out what we can do to change the circumstance. And I'd love to be in the nation's capital telling those witnesses about the fallacy of having to leave on August the 31st. There is no specific date that we should leave except whenever our mission is complete, which would be allowing for American citizens, allowing for our military assistants who helped us in Afghanistan, and others to be removed from that circumstance. And as we best know today from our sources in the military in Afghanistan, the options for anybody to be airlifted out have pretty well disappeared, and it's now an overland trek. And I would want to leave the message with those administration officials is if there is a date, it doesn't have to be said publicly, and that date is only a goal. The outcome has to be the safety and security of Americans and our allies.
As I mentioned, you are the top Republican on Veterans Affairs. What is your message to Afghan war veterans over the past 20 years who served and may be asking right now if it was worth it?
Absolutely, that's a problem. And our message from every American to every Afghan veteran, but to every veteran of any war, should be we respect them. We care for them. We love them. They completed their mission. They did what they were asked to do. The failure here is not of anyone in a military uniform. The failure here is of people who wear suits in Washington, D.C. And the service at Dover today reminds us we have a higher calling as public officials to do things well to protect people's lives. And I've been with veterans across Kansas this week. I was with a group of veterans in Independence, Kansas on Friday. I have talked to VA officials in Kansas and across the country, service organizations, and the number of people calling the suicide hotline, the VA suicide hotline, the emails and texts have increased. And it is as you say, a concern about what did I sacrifice for when we see the outcome that we're seeing occur today. And we need to make certain that they understand their sacrifice is respected and honored. and we ought to reach out to make certain that they know that. One-to-one, one person to another veteran. It needs to happen today and every day.
With this drawdown likely wrapping up in the next 48 hours or so, are you worried about terror planning in Afghanistan, similar to what happened before September 11th, 2001?
Absolutely, we should be worried. I'm an appropriator for the intelligence agencies and can have classified briefings. We will learn more in those briefings, but everything that I know that I can talk about now suggests that that is a real threat. We need to have a counterterrorism plan in place for Afghanistan. We went there to prevent the Afghan territory, the Taliban, from allowing others to use it as a launching pad against the United States in terrorist attacks. And we need to be better prepared, and our presence needs to be sufficient to make sure that that does not happen again. Attack against the United States and our soil, as well as attacking those Americans or our allies in Afghanistan who still remain and have not yet escaped the Taliban.
Senator Jerry Moran of the great state of Kansas, thanks for your time, sir.
We honor our veterans. Thank you.